Hi guys, welcome to Profusely Lucy, the channel where I'm profusely me and you're profusely you. This is my first video on YouTube in a very long time, and I'm doing something really different. If any of you were fans of the Profusely Lucy podcast, you might not be expecting a change like this. Don't worry, there will still be a podcast. I'm just experimenting with different things, getting some lockdown inspiration going. And today I am doing a 20-minute Sims 4 shell build challenge. That's what it ended up being. My goal was to try and build a house in 20 minutes, but I picked quite an elaborate design, so I only got the shell done. So this has become a shell build challenge. Can I build a shell of a house? A really nice house using a reference photo in 20 minutes? And the answer is yes, because it wasn't that difficult actually. Maybe next time I'll make something a bit more difficult, like I'll give myself less time, or I'll give myself a more elaborate build to do. So I really hope you enjoy the first video. I'll explain a little bit more as we go through. The footage has not been sped up, this is just me and you having a chat. So buckle in, get your comfy jumper on. This is my favourite jumper. It's a Panic at the Disco Tour jumper from 2019 that I stole from my boyfriend, and it's 2021 now and he's never had it back. I've got a coffee in one of my favourite mugs, Harry Potter, platform 9 3/4, and yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the video. Okay, here we are. As you can see, I've got a 20-minute countdown on the screen. I really wanted to give myself some parameters while building this, because I think most people who love The Sims know that, you know, when you get some free time and you just get to build and be creative, you can often come out with these ridiculously large builds. So I was actually working off a reference photo, which I'm not going to show you because I want to keep the suspense. I personally think it came out exactly like the reference photo, but you know, you can all be the judge of that. Let me know in the comments below at the end of the video if you think it's like the reference photo, but you're gonna have to wait and see. Don't be skipping forward to the end of the video, don't be cheating. I think it came out like the reference photo, and I'm gonna toot my own horn. I don't know what that was, but I'm going to toot my own horn. I'm going to drink my coffee because it's gone cold. But yeah, so I'm working to 2 parameters. 1, reference photo. 2, base game only. I don't own all of the packs. I own a select few. I am not a big name brand simmer that gets sent these packs for free, and they are, I mean, anybody who plays The Sims knows, they are not the cheapest. Obviously the bundle's a really good way of buying Sims games, or buy them while they're on sale. I don't think I've bought a full price Sims game since the base game. Every single Sims game I've ever bought has been on sale, so I really recommend doing that. But yeah, I don't own all of the packs, and even if I did, I think, especially for like a brand new build, the first time anybody might ever come across this video, if you guys want to download it, I didn't want to make it overly inaccessible for a lot of people, which you'll notice a little bit later on in the series when I start to furnish it, becomes a massive problem because I don't include laundry stuff, and I kind of wish I did. I kind of wish I just bit the bullet and said to myself, you know, everyone's got laundry stuff, loads of people have got laundry stuff, just put a washing machine and a tumble dryer in there, Lucy, but I didn't. So yeah, you guys you'll see when we get to that video. But at the moment, for the time being, all I'm doing is building the shell. Like I said, I was working off a reference photo, which was actually this like 3-story modern, like really super ultra modern build with like a really nice fascia and everything. And I think the hardest part of building this was getting the sides and the back to look as good as the front, because I didn't just want it to, I only had a front reference photo. I only had one photo, which was the front of the house, so I had no idea what the real house looked like from the side or the back. So it was just about, you know, using my intuition and seeing what felt right. But you'll see from the video, like, we've got 16 minutes left on the clock. A lot of it is me faffing about with the exterior, with the windows, you know, trying to make it look half decent, because I didn't just want it to be naff. I didn't want it to be an awful build. I didn't just want it to be pretty from the front, because, you know, people might download this, and if people do download it, it's gotta be a good build. So yeah, you'll see me play around with things like that. I mean, at the moment, all I'm trying to do is get the front right. The building had like a bump out on the front, and trying to recreate bump outs in The Sims where everything is, you can only do things by floor, by level, like by layers of the house. So trying to interpret the front of a building and think, okay, that part there would be the top of the first story, and that would be the bottom of the second story, and they'll meet together in the middle to make this bump out. It wasn't as tricky as I thought it was going to be, but it definitely wasn't the easiest thing. So, I mean, this section I'm doing now, you'll see when I show you the reference photo, it has this like open plan roof situation, and so if you picture the roof as a square, as it is here, on the photo, only 2 of the sides had walls, and they weren't very thick walls, so I was trying to think about how I could recreate that in The Sims by making it an open plan space, but by giving it these 2 facing walls. So I went for this. I went for this like 1 tile wide, like L-shaped thing around the outside, and it looks pretty rough now, but like once it's all done and you see the reference photo, you'll go, I see why you did that. I hope. But yeah, I was also really, I don't know if it's, I think it will be a bit further on in the video, I was really struggling with foundations, because the whole house is risen up from the floor, and it has these like special steps on the front, which, you know, like steps where the steps aren't just on the front or on the side, but they're like a corner, and they like take over the entire corner of the foundation, and you can't do that in The Sims. You can't put a step on a corner. So yeah, it's, I mean, yeah, you'll see it eventually, but this is me just putting a roof on it at the moment, and obviously because I wasn't using Eco Living, I couldn't use any of the really cool like roof textures, the solar panels, like none of it. So I think it just ends up being concrete, which is what it looks like in the reference photo, but there are some things that just don't translate to The Sims 4. Oh, here you can see me doing the foundation. It took me a while when they first introduced foundations to The Sims 4 to really get to grips with how to use them, because some of you might be really new to The Sims, and, you know, maybe The Sims 4 is the first game you ever played. Maybe you joined, like, you know, when the base game and, like, certain updates were already in. But, like, right at the beginning of The Sims 4, you couldn't do anything like this. So, you know, when it was released, people who'd been playing The Sims for, I think, a year or 2 years, it was a while after the initial launch, people who'd been playing The Sims for a long time and got to grips with the mechanisms and how it worked, had to relearn all of these new skills, like terrain tools and platforms and staircases that you could do right angles with, and, you know, all these split level housing. I still haven't got my head around split level housing. It's something that I want to like sit and play around with and mess around with, and maybe I'll do that in a video. If you're interested to see me just build a shell and mess around with split level housing and see what we can come up with, then let me know in the comments below. But yeah, split level housing is still something that is, it kind of boggles my mind, and in real life, I love split level houses. I've always wanted like an old Victorian townhouse where you have to like go up a step to get into the front door and down a step to get into the living room and up a step to the bathroom. I love split level housing, but I have this feeling that recreating that in The Sims 4 is going to be really difficult, and it's going to take a lot of practice. So yeah, we'll see. The windows are not exactly the same as they are in the reference photo. One, because I'm only doing this base game. I think there probably would be more similar windows if I was choosing a different pack, but I don't think I would have been able to get them spot on. So I don't, I think it's just a case of getting as close as you can. You'll see I'm doing the wallpaper. This wallpaper, not this one that you're seeing at the moment, the wood tone, but you'll see shortly where I start pulling out concrete colours. I think I changed the colour of the concrete maybe 3 or 4 times in the entire build because it just did not match. Like, it just did not, it did not fit. I picked one that looked really close to the reference photo, and then I did the foundation, and then that didn't match. So then I went back and I changed it again, and then I think later on in the build I found one that was even a closer match to the foundation, so then I went and changed it all again. It was an ordeal. I was having a fight with concrete wallpaper for... I might as well just title this video Lucy has a fight with concrete wallpaper for 9 minutes and 50 seconds, because that's pretty much all that the rest of this video is. It's just me putting wallpaper on, going away, doing something else, and then deciding that I hate the wallpaper and coming back and doing it again. What are you gonna do about it? It's just one of those things. It's trial and error, I suppose. Eventually I was really happy with it, and I mean, it doesn't look that bad at the moment. You can see the sort of vision coming together. You're like, oh, it's a mixture of like wood and concrete, and it's like a really modern build with all these bump outs and like geometric shapes. Yeah, you can see the vision coming together, but it was a fight with wallpaper. This video was a fight with wallpaper. So yeah, so this is the back. This is the back of the build. It's just absolutely hideous. The front looks really cool. Of course the front looks really cool. The front of anybody's house is normally more intricately designed than the sides and the back. The side isn't too bad. One side is wood because the wood wraps around from the front, and the other 2 sides are concrete. And so I decided to add this little strip of concrete. This wasn't in the original design, obviously, because I have no way of seeing the original design. But I just really liked that like strip of concrete at the side, which helps sort of like make the 2 sides that are concrete meet the one side that is wood without it being too jarring. At least I hope. I hope it does. But yeah, so here's me trying to find the foundation concrete, and it doesn't match. And I go back to try and find another one, and it's just not meshing, it's not adding up, and I'm getting more and more frustrated because you can't just take any swatch of wallpaper and add it to the foundation, which I think is ridiculous. Like, I should be able to just pick any wall covering and add it to the foundation, but no, the foundation just has this random selection of 13, 20 shades that you have to use, and you can't use anything else. So in the end I give up and I use this shade of foundation, and then I go back and try and match the wall, the outer wall, to the foundation. Why are you not allowed to just use a random wallpaper? Why? It annoys me. And I don't know if it's just me, but I'm not a massive fan of the foundations that we've got. I like the one that's like smooth, like this one that I've got here. I like that it's completely smooth. I'm not a massive fan of the ones that have like a trim around the outside, because it kind of, the only way I can describe it is it reminds me of a Dr. Seuss drawing, where like I feel like the house is like slanted. Maybe it's just me. Maybe that's just one really weird memory that I'm just plucking from the middle of nowhere, but I much prefer the like smooth foundations. Yeah, so I really think I've done something with this wallpaper. Like, I thought, I picked it, I thought, yeah, this is a match. Like, this is as close as I'm going to get. There's physically no other wallpaper in this entire game that matches this foundation. This is the best that I'm going to do. I'm going to put it everywhere, and then I'm going to move on, and we're never going to talk about wallpaper again. Just wait. There's nearly 6 minutes left of this video. You just wait. You just wait. Oh, my struggles with wallpaper are only halfway through. If you wonder why I keep looking up here, by the way, it's because I've got you on I've got my thing playing in I've got the video playing on a bigger screen. So, you know, this is my first time editing a video. You know, I've pre-recorded the video, and I've overlaid my camera, and I've got, I've got my mic, as you can very obviously tell. So I'm still trying to play around with things like that. So if they're rubbish, please let me know. If you have any advice, please let me know. I hope you like the sort of general aesthetic that I've got going on over here. It's I worked hard on the background. I have rebranded Profusely Lucy. Oh, sorry to interrupt myself. This is the stupid. The staircase was a corner. Do you know what I'm saying now? The staircase in the picture is actually a corner. But obviously I can't put a step there. So I've just got 2 sets of stairs. It bugs me. It really bugs me. I mean, I don't think it turns out too badly in the end, but yeah, it just annoys me. It just annoys me. Yeah, but we've got 4 minutes left. I can't remember if I do landscaping in this video, or if I ran out of time and I went back and did landscaping at a later date, because I just sort of filmed all of this in one sitting. Like, I did the 20-minute timer challenge with this one, and then after that I just decided that because of the nature of the house and how complicated it was going to be to furnish it, and how intricate the detailing was going to be, that I wouldn't set myself a time for it. I would just like get creative and decorate the inside. So the next video you'll see will either be me finishing this, or it will be another one. I don't know if I'm going to spread this build out over like have me finish the modern house, like modern house video something else, modern house something else, modern house, like split it that way, or whether I should just put all of the builds out in one go. I don't know. Do you have any preferences? Because, let me know. Let me know in the comments below if you have any preferences on schedule. This is my first video. I've got ideas. I've got some pre-filmed that I just need to go and do. I need to sit down and do the voiceover and get a coffee and get chatty. Because I think that's going to be my style. I really like, maybe it's because I'm coming from a podcast perspective where, you literally just sit down and talk for an hour. I really quite like the chatty element of the videos. I like people like Little Simsy, where she's got the build going on in the background and she just talks at you. Talks to you about her life, talks to you about things that are going on that day, and I just think they're really chill, especially when you just want something relaxing. If you're doing a lot of cleaning, you just want something on in the background. I think those videos are really nice, and I think that might be my style, more of like a chatty video than a really like high quality, high production, polished video. I just don't see that for this channel. I just don't see this being like really polished and really snappy, loads of jump cuts and no mistakes. I would really rather just put a big jumper on and get a coffee and sit down and talk to you guys about just whatever, and still have that podcast element where I'm just talking to you, but you know, you're not just staring at my face for 20 minutes. There is something more interesting going on the screen. Hopefully it's more interesting. But yeah, so I mean, you can see the side of the building. It's just a big grey box. That's all it is, just a big grey box. And I'm trying to spruce it up with windows. I'm trying to make it a bit less boring. I think I changed the window layout quite a few times over the course of this. I moved windows around, I deleted windows, I put lights on, you know, in places, but that will all come in the next episode. Because as you can see from the timer, we've got 40 seconds left. Oh, what's she going to do with the last 40 seconds? She's going to put a bush down. Woo, inventive, so inventive. Oh my god. And now she's just stopped. And there's another bush. There's 20 seconds left and she's put a bush down. What happens now? Do I put a tree down? Well, you'll find out. Because I've got 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm not going to do that for the whole countdown. I don't actually know what I use my last 2 seconds for. Well, there we have it. That is what I managed to achieve in 20 minutes. It's, do you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm going to give myself credit where credit is due. You know, for 20 minutes, for actually quite an elaborate build, it's not that bad. But this is it. Luckily for you, the finished version is up on the gallery. I really wanted to finish it totally before I published the video, so that if you like the look of it as it is now, considering it's not finished, not even remotely finished, you're not just going to go and download an empty build. Like it's a completely finished house with all the interiors and everything. And this, hang on, let me move myself, hang on. Look at that, magic of editing. This is my reference photo. In my personal opinion, this came out really close. Really close. Obviously the grey is not as dark in the finished build as it is in the reference photo. But like I said, I was having a real difficulty matching this to the foundation. So I just had to go with what looked best at the time. But yeah, you can see what I mean. So it's a three-story house. It's a 2-story house with a bit of a random roof on top, but in The Sims that translates to a 3-story house. And it has bump outs, as you can see, like the second floor comes out further than the first floor. It has those corner steps that I was telling you about that you can't do in The Sims, so I've just done the best that I can. You'll see in this reference photo there's like spotlights in the roof. I do that in the next episode, I think, or maybe the episode after. I think I finished the landscaping off in the next episode, come to think of it, because now I'm looking at that reference photo and I can see the driveway and the slabs. I think I did that in the next episode. So, that's it. What did you think of my 20-minute build? Do you think I made it look like the reference photo? Because I think it looks like the reference photo. I think it looks pretty good. Pretty good. I sort of had in mind the Sims that I wanted to live here, but I hadn't made them yet. So if you're interested to see the Sims that live in this house, please let me know and I will make that video. I will make some Sims. If you'd like to download my build, it is on the gallery. My gallery ID is Lucy Harris with 2 U's. It's called Oak Alcove. It is a base game only build, like I said before. It will tell you that you have to have city living and fitness stuff. Trust me, you don't. I was really careful to make this a base game build. Maybe there was just like one random thing from one of the packs somewhere, but it's definitely not integral to the build. So if you download this and you don't have city living and you don't have fitness stuff, you're still going to get like the majority of the build. You'll probably just be missing like one tiny piece of decor from one of the rooms. But yeah, it's 97 1,000 simoleons. It's definitely not a starter home. Like I said, the only limit I gave myself was it had to be a reference photo and it had to be base game. Other than that, I didn't really follow any rules. So yeah, it's 97,000 simoleons. It's definitely a pricey build. The furnishings definitely add to the priciness of the build, because obviously when you download this from the gallery, it is completely fully furnished, which you'll see me do in future videos. But if you want to get a sneak peek and you want to see what it looks like before I release the videos, you can just go to the gallery and you can download the build. So here it is. Leave me a comment, let me know if you downloaded the build because you saw it in this video. I built this, I think, about a week ago in real life, and I've had 16 people download this already, so you know, a lot of people like this by the looks of it, so I'm really glad. Like I said before, like, let me know in the comments below, one, how would you like the next lot of videos to come? Would you like to just see me finish this house, or would you like me to space these builds out and do some more videos in between? Also, let me know if you would like to see the Sims that live here. I will make the Sims. Maybe I'll even do a live stream if I can figure out how to do that. This is my first video. Let's not walk before we can run. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you liked this video, and if you want to see more, because I think you know, lockdown has really sort of got to a lot of us. I think a lot of people are just craving something different in their routine, and they really want something creative, and I just want to do something. I want to do something creative. I want to do something with my time, and you know, I might as well record it and put it on YouTube for somebody else to enjoy, even if you just have me on in the background while you're doing your daily chores. I know it's the end of the video, and you know, probably there aren't a lot of people who are still here, but I'd just like to say a massive thank you to my friends Andrew and Ash. I will link their YouTube channels below. They are a big inspiration as to why I did this in the first place. Watching them get that creative freedom in such a hard time for everybody and really enjoy themselves and being able to express themselves, it's become a passion project for them, and it's really inspiring. So I just want to say a massive thank you to my friends Andrew and Ash for encouraging me to do something out of my comfort zone. I've wanted to do this for so long, you guys. I've wanted to just be able to sit down and make a video and do something fun, do something Sims related, play a video game. But I never thought I was interesting enough to do this. And then when I started the podcast, I actually got quite a lot of positive feedback from that, and people who I didn't know in real life were listening to the podcast, so maybe people actually did want to listen to me. Now this is a step further, you know, you're not just listening to me, you're also staring at my face and watching a video that I've made, so hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's a good one. But yeah, no, any feedback would be really appreciated. It's like I said, it's my first video in a very long time. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share if you really want to. I really hope you come back for the next one. It'd be really nice to see you again. But thank you for being profusely you and letting me be profusely me. This has been Profusely Lucy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Mwah.